Hi everyone. If you don't know me, my name is Dan. I'm an AI and digital marketing specialist, the co-founder of AI Wealth Partners, where we help wealth management firms scale. So in this specific video, I'm just going to show you some AI tools that are really useful for condensing information and just kind of making it really just palatable and digestible. So you can have information and sometimes it can come in a massive PDF file, for example, where you've got multiple hundreds of different slides on this PDF. It's just a lot, it's just a meaty document. Or different reports. You might have a really in-depth report from a consultant, or you just want to digest it all rather than just sitting reading through loads of text, which is just everybody consumes information in different ways. But for me, yeah, it's just I can't think of anything worse than just sat in front of my laptop reading reams and reams of information. So there's a couple of tools I'm going to show you. This first one is called Notebook LM, which will turn that information into podcast style audio overview of the data that you give it. So for this use case, I'm going to show you something which is personal to me. It was some research I did on my family history, on my ancestry, by using Gemini deep research to dig into it's a bit like that heritage.com, but AI kind of did all this stuff for me. So I'm just going to show you how I've done that and how you can do something similar and use these tools to your advantage to just save a hell of a lot of time and effort. And like it says, yeah, it's working smarter and not harder. So how I did that, I'll just show you Notebook LM first. So this is Notebook LM. So this is free. You just sign up. You just try Notebook LM. I'm already in there, so I'm already signed up. But you just sign up using your Google email or your normal email, and then you click Create New. This is where you can feed it whatever sources of information that you've got. So, except for this use case, I'm just going to show you how I did it with my family ancestry, my family history. So what I did for that was I used a prompt in Gemini, which is they've just come out with their Deep Research Pro 2.5 Pro, which is it really goes deep into the internet to dig in to find sources that are just buried. Because if you do a Google search, it's a very shallow search. It'll just search a few different sources. This goes really deep into the internet. But it's got to be prompted in the right way. So this is a specific prompt for that specific use case that I mentioned in terms of the family history. So the prompt reads: acts like a professional genealogist. You've over 20 years of experience in helping clients trace their family lineage across multiple generations. You're skilled at using digital archives, public records, and historical sources to create accurate and compelling family histories. I would like you to research my family ancestry and provide a detailed report. Here's how I want you to approach it. So I'm asking it, basically it's just asking me questions about my family. So I've gathered those answers to the questions. So it's then saying what it's going to do, saying here's the plan. So it's going to search public accessible records, research potential origins, identify common resources. So you get the fact it's digging deep into the internet. So it takes a good few minutes to actually create the report. So that's what it did. And then, so I pressed start research. It created a document. So the document here was here. So this is all my family history that it's dug into. So again, this like 22 pages. So I could just sit there and read it, which is not the best way for me to digest information, really. It's just pause the pants off me just reading all this stuff, to be honest. So what I did was I plugged this into Notebook LM. So you can, as I say, with Notebook LM, you can create an overview of whatever it is, whatever information you've got. So, and you can add multiple sources. So for this specific use case, I'm just going to upload that Google document I've pulled from Google Gemini's deep research, the report that produced. So I uploaded that there, but like I said, you can upload a website, multiple different YouTube videos, Google Docs, or you can just copy and paste text in. So you can grab multiple different sources. So yeah, like I said, for that, I just uploaded the information from Google, from the deep research. So this was what it came up with. So that's my mother's maiden name and my mum's maiden name. So yeah, just saying that these sources constitute a comprehensive family history report tracing the ancestry of Daniel Nathan Reddish for his parental Reddish line and maternal Gold Maud lines. And then we just click. I've already done it, but there it'll say generate audio overview. So this is another thing I'm going to show you in a minute, which is a site. We can build a mini site from this information as well. For this first use case, I'll just play you a bit of this audio overview just to give you a. I've not played it all because it's 25 minutes, but I'll just play the first part just to give you a bit of context.
It's just part of being human, isn't it? Wondering about where you came from, who was here before you.
Oh, definitely. That pull towards our roots, wanting to understand our own story. It's universal.
Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. We've got a really interesting set of information here, all focused on one listener's family. We're doing a deep dive into the history of Daniel Nathan Reddish. He was born February 21st, 1984 in Chesterfield, England.
And we've been able to look through quite a range of sources, things like genealogy archives, public records, historical databases, stuff that really helps paint a picture.
Yeah, exactly. So our sort of mission here is to trace Daniel's lineage back, looking at the Reddish branch, the Goulds, and the Mauds.
Right.
We want to uncover, the key moments where they lived, what they did, especially anything about coal mining or World War II involvement, which seem important here.
And the surname meetings too, plus tackling any tricky bits in the records where things don't quite line up.
Definitely. We'll lay out the family tree, give you some timelines, put it all in historical context. Sort of a shortcut to understanding Daniel's ancestry without getting totally lost in the weeds.
A good over.
So I'll just play the first minute of that just to give you some context, but that's basically what that does. There is other things you can do here, like there's the mind map. So that'll create like a mind map, a visual, which you can click into, just to digest that information in a different way, which looks like this. So you can click into that, just showing, and it goes in. So you've got all that in a nice mind map that you can download. So that's Notebook LM. That's from Google as well. But this other AI tool that I've recently come across is VIVO.dev. So this produces a mini site from that information. So again, we have to prompt that in the right way. So let me just show you. Again, this is where you start at VIVO.dev. So basically, this will build like a mini site, like is what this is. So you prompt it. So the prompt that I used was pull it up. So this is the prompt. So put that in here. So we're saying, here's a report I'm working on. Can you convert this into a highly engaging microsite? It must include an interactive layout and different columns and places where you recommend pictures. Important, do not make any changes to the material and make sure that it adheres to some of the most modern and impressive site designs you have access to. So, and then you'd upload the information there. Again, similar to what we did in Notebook LM. So that's basically the first step of the process. And then what it does is it comes up with, produces all the code. It just flashes through and all these different kind of parts to a mini site. So it builds all the code, and you can go in here and tells you exactly what it's doing, and you can edit bits, and you just have a conversation with it. And then it produces you a bit of a mini site, which I'll just show you now. If I can find it. So this is what it's produced. So this is all that information from the document that Google Deep Research produced, or that report, which was pretty meaty in detail, but it just lays it out in a more consumable way. It's got all the information, but it's, like I say, it's just pulled it into different sections and made it just a bit more interactive. It's got different timelines on there. The first kind of records of my family, World War II, marriage of my grandparents, birth of myself, and you can upload as well. I've uploaded the actual audio overview that we showed you before in terms of the Notebook LM. So again, I've just gone through and had that conversation with the AI in here and asked it what I wanted to add. And so I've added the family crest, and down here it's integrated the podcast, and it's saying it's done that. Had a bit of an issue uploading it, but it said to do it through a Google Drive link, so I uploaded the Google Drive link, and then it got it from that, the podcast. So yeah, it's amazing what this stuff can do these days. And so that's just produced, because like I say, just a consumable way, condensing and digesting all that information and just making it a hell of a lot more palatable just to consume. So yeah, hopefully that's been helpful for you. If anybody's got any questions, or if anybody wants to join one of my AI communities, I've got if you want to check out hnwdeals.com, there's all information on there on how we show financial service firms and advisors how to generate leads and how to grow the business and how to work less and earn more using all these AI tools that are available these days, and keeping up with that. So if anybody wants access to that, just check it out on hnwdeals.com. And if you've got any value from this, if you wouldn't mind giving it a like or a share and or a comment if you've got any questions. Other than that, thank you for your time.